Hey, welcome to MESArc. I'm Mr. Marshall, and I've got the Road Warriors crew here, and pretty exciting day, right?
Yeah.
Really exciting day. Hobbytown USA, we gotta give a huge thanks out to them. They gave us the opportunity to work with us to acquire the XMAXX. In any normal year, we would never even cared about the XMAXX. But this year, because we have a Road Warriors group, we're always trying to find new designs and chassis to help inspire us to create something cool. So we got the XMAXX in front of us, and just first impressions, what do you guys think of it?
It's huge compared to all the other RC cars. It's just huge.
Do we have like an RC car that we can compare it to? Yeah, Coleman's getting this one. What is this, 1/8, 1/5 scale?
1/5.
1/5 scale, okay. I'm assuming that the parts in this has got to be pretty expensive because of how big it is.
Yeah.
As promised, we got it on the Friday before break, and as you see here, take a look. This is our Rustler compared to it. Just the sheer size of it. That's a 1/10 scale Rustler compared to this bad boy. It's huge. Yeah, when we got it on Friday, right before break, we were all bummed because we didn't get to do it. But as promised, we kept it in the box, and then when you guys got back, we just took it out and just destroyed this thing. You guys put it through every test that we could possibly do on campus, and why don't you guys talk about the test that we went through?
We jumped at like 15 feet in the air and was able to drive away no problem.
What else did we do?
We dragged CC.
Yeah, they pulled me on it. I was really scared at first because I didn't want it to break, but then it started going even with, the ice was really slippery, so I was really surprised that it had enough traction to grab a hold and like fly out. It was awesome.
Right, and the
drove
weight
it
of
downstairs.
Yeah.
Drove it downstairs, and we were able to see, as we were driving downstairs, we were able to see the TSM technology, which was really cool. Talking about the technology piece, and jumping and doing all that kind of cool stuff with it, what other stuff did we get with this besides just the pure size and the TSM?
The power.
Power, torque, motors. What else there's cool features about the XMAXX?
Yeah, self-riding.
Self-riding, and how you guys perform that?
Well, what it does is when it flips over, instead of having to go all the way out there and like grab it and having to flip it over, you hold a button on the remote and it alternates between forward and backwards to flip itself back over. And then once you flip it over, once it flips itself over, you could just go ahead and drive.
Cool. And so you guys tested that device on a couple different settings. So one in snow and ice. Did it work in snow and ice?
Not really. I don't think it had enough
It
traction.
just kept rocking back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah, and in the mud? No, obviously kind of the same type of
It
thing.
would probably depend.
Yeah, it
It's
also
more
probably depends on
gravelly.
on the situation that it's in. Grass, carpet seem to be doing, or street seem to do okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of street, we were able to get this out and do a top speed, and what'd you guys hit?
27?
26, 27?
For its size, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and we were dealing with some pretty cold temperatures, like in the teens and the 20s. So we have seen, I think some of the issues that we noticed on our initial research was the fire. And so we were putting this thing through a lot when it's cold. Whether or not it can hold up in the heat, we don't know that. So what we did in the winter, that was okay, but in the summer, I don't know if it would do it. We have to wait for someone else to try it. So because we acquired this to get some new design ideas, what design features on this XMAXX is what you guys are going to eventually try to take away and implement in your guys' designs? Like, what's the first thing that we have on here that you guys are going to try to copy?
Shock towers.
The shock towers, okay.
Those are really nice, and they make the overall car much more sturdy and
Yeah, they're like integrated. It's almost like it's embedded
it's
with the
parts
frame.
of it, which it would be amazing to actually have that in one of our custom cars. Yeah, but it'd be hard to do with wood.
Yeah, well, we can, assuming
3D print it.
we'll 3D print these, we can definitely design something that'll 3D print for our side. I think would be perfect. What other design features that you guys are going to take away from it?
The body is real nice. Instead of pins, it's actually just a flip-up lever, and it locks itself in.
Yeah, so here you can see the little piece that they have, the mechanism they have all across the frame. And then it just slides in underneath that integrated shock tower and then locks in the back.
Yeah, the roll cage was nice.
Oh yeah, I guess I didn't even think about that. It does act like a roll cage because you guys were flipping this thing on its back off the stage and everything.
Yeah.
No, really cool. So it takes on 2 LiPo batteries, right?
Yep.
And a design feature. Do you guys like the way the LiPo batteries were put in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The clips are awesome.
Yeah, the clips are really simple, and it holds the batteries in there.
Perfectly.
Yeah. These came with it, right?
Yes.
So the batteries came with it. The charger comes with it. The ESC is a massive ESC along with the motor and cooling system. There's been some guys out there that have suggested to put some fans and some more breathing room or some more breathing type next to cool down the motor and the ESC, which I think I would highly suggest, just because the sheer size of it and how much torque is being put onto it, that you tend to drive these things like it's a beginner car,
Yeah.
right? So like your normal rustlers.
Yeah.
And sometimes something like this in bigger scale can't really handle it. So speaking of beginners, would you recommend this for beginners?
No.
No.
If you guys are essentially beginners, right?
Yeah.
So when you guys had a chance to drive it out by yourselves, how was that?
I was kind of afraid to flip
Yes.
it.
Yeah, it was.
It was scary.
It was a little bit jumpy on sharp turns, but other than that, the performance was great.
Yeah, because the roll bars. And you have a lot more experience in RC, so we kind of let you do all the tricks. You do a good job with them.
Yeah.
Speaking of being careful, there's that sense of like, we just don't want to ruin it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, even though we did put it through the test.
We could have pushed it a little harder, but you don't want to break like a $900 product.
Yeah, so speaking of $900, is it worth it?
Yeah.
It could go a little more.
For advanced people, $900 is definitely worth this. But if you're just starting out or younger, it's probably not worth $900.
Yeah.
Kids budget. Cool. So design features, money features to beginners, probably no go. Did you guys have fun with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Especially going off the jump.
Yeah, we had a ton of snow, which ended up working in our favor because we were able to launch it. But yeah, this is definitely something that you have to sit and think about. You know, as like I said, intermediate, advanced. You know, go for it. But for a beginner, it might not be that most ideal car. It's a little too much car. But for us, this is a great learning tool. This is, as long as you guys take good care of it, the structure of it, this is going to last us a long, long time. And each group that comes in will be able to see the XMAXX. And we'll be able to take Traxxas's ingenuity of design in terms of how they made their frame into our designs in the future. And I'm really curious and I'm excited to see what you guys can take from this and put that into your guys' designs. I think it should be end up making a pretty cool vehicle.
Maybe eventually they'll have something even bigger than the XMAXX.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
It is the biggest
Without
one so
actually
far.
being a real car.
Yeah. I mean, Cecilia, you can probably almost sit on this thing and drive to school.
Yeah.
Probably half you guys
Mom,
could.
I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Bye.
Well, thanks guys for watching, and we want to make sure that we thank Hobbytown USA for making this happen for us and working with us to acquire one of these things. The kids had a one heck of a time reviewing it. Traxxas, good job. I think we would say we highly recommend it if you're interested in this kind of stuff and you have that kind of budget. But if not, you might want to stay close to the $200 range Traxxas vehicles and brands and designs and work your way up to something like this. We also want to thank the viewership, because without you guys, there's no way Hobbytown would even let us do something like this. It's because you guys are backing us, you guys are allowing the kids to get firsthand on some of this cool technology and continuing to grow and improve our program. Thanks for watching.